Okay, I gotta show you something. Don't those look good? Stick around. Hi everybody, and thanks for stopping by. This is gonna be a simple video, but a tasty one. I was at our local Costco today and they had some really nice looking tri-tip steaks, prime. They were a pretty good price, so I grabbed some. I'm gonna be grilling these up tonight. I'm gonna be cooking them in cast iron and then finishing them off on the grill indirect. Then after that, I'm gonna throw some green beans in the cast iron pan so we can have something to go with them. I've already got the coals going. I used my torch to light the charcoal in the Weber Kettle in the briquette holders so I can have an indirect and a direct side. And they're gonna be heating up and coming up to temperature. So I need to get these steaks seasoned and ready to go. For seasoning on these steaks, super basic. Salt and pepper both sides. When I get a good amount of salt on this. Put that in. Pepper. Put that in. I'll get the other side, and then we're gonna start cooking. So we're gonna get our cast iron pan right over these extremely hot coals, let it start heating up. As it heats up, we're gonna be checking it with the infrared thermometer. Nice hot coals under there. They'll be heating up pretty quickly. So let's check our temperature here. Upper 500s, over 600. Just about ready to put our steaks in. Love that sizzle, that just sounds so good. And we'll let these go a couple minutes on each side. Get a good char on them. Get a nice crust. Let's check our crust here and see how we're doing. Ooh, look at that. You see that crust? All right, we're gonna turn. You can probably guess, they smell amazing, they look amazing. I'm gonna check the temp on them in just a second because these do not take long to cook. Okay, we're gonna move these indirect now and take the cast iron pan off here for a bit. Gonna get the lid on and indirect cook these for a bit. Probably about 5-10 minutes. So our cast iron pan is off of the heat. We're just gonna get some butter in here so we can start these green beans. This will go back on the heat in just a few minutes once those steaks are done. But you can actually start it in here. There's a lot of heat retained in this pan. A little bit of pepper. Some salt. Let these start to soften up a bit before we get them back on the fire. Okay, let's check our steaks, see how we're doing on temperature. 15 more degrees to go. I want to pull them off about 120. And keep cooking. If you can see right there, just on the lid thermometer, which isn't 100% accurate, but it's pulling over 500 degrees, which is good. I'm guessing inside there at grate level, it's about 450, which is perfect. So let's give these a check. I have a feeling they're probably done. I know the smaller one is probably for certain done, but let's see here. Perfect. Gonna get these off, put them in a foil pan to rest so we can finish our green beans. Let these rest for a few minutes now. Let's get our green beans back on in cast iron. We'll let that heat up. Got a really nice color to these. Never liked green beans when I was a kid, but as an adult I can't get enough of them. Just threw a little foil on top of the cast iron pan to help the green beans along, trap some of the heat in there and cook them a little faster. They should be done in just a couple minutes. I'm going to taste them and the steak too. Okay, maybe the steak first. Let's check our green beans. I'm kind of thinking they're probably done. See, I don't like mine super mushy soft. I like a little bit of bite to them. Those are looking good. Nice color on them. I think we're ready to plate some of these. That looks yummy. So I'm going to cut into this now. See what we're looking like. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? Just perfectly medium on the medium rare side. Look at that. That is perfect. I've got to taste this. Okay, moment of truth. Cast iron seared tri-tip steak, USDA prime. Let's give it a taste. Oh, I cut another piece. I don't know if you can see just how perfectly cooked that is. Oh. Just meat, good meat, with a little bit of seasoning, cooked well. Doesn't need anything fancy. You can put more on it if you want, but boy, that is good on its own. Oh, that marbling in there when you get that prime, especially the prime tri-tip, which isn't always easy to find, at least in our area. You can get choice pretty easily, but prime tri-tip, if you can find it, it's well worth it. Oh, that's good. I guess I should probably taste a green bean too. I love green beans. I mentioned that. But there's something about cooking it in the pan that has all those meat juices and the crust and everything in there in the cast iron. Transfers a lot of that flavor. So even with just a little salt and pepper, you get that extra burst of the meat residue that's on them. Really good, really good. I'm gonna go for another piece of tri-tip steak. Just so good. Oh, I'm cementing my place as a true carnivore. Hope you enjoyed watching me make these tri-tip steaks. My wife and I are going to sit down and eat some as soon as I'm finished with this video. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. It sure does help. And if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to my channel. That way you'll get notifications whenever I put out a new video. If you're interested in any of the items that I used in the making of this video, I'll put links in the description below, and that way you can check them out yourself. Thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you again soon.